Have you heard about the recent changes to Canada's minimum wage? Just this month, the Employment and Social Development Canada, or ESDC, has announced an increase to the federal minimum wage. It's now $17.30 per hour. This move is a response to the rising living costs and the pressures of inflation. The wage adjustment isn't arbitrary, it's tied to the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, which reflects the changes in the cost of living. Now let's dive into the specifics of this change across different provinces. Did you know that minimum wage varies from province to province? That's right. In Canada, each province has its own minimum wage rate. Some provinces even exceed the federal rate of $17.30 per hour, which was implemented on April 1, 2024. In these cases, employers are legally obliged to pay the higher provincial rate. Now let's dive a little deeper. While many provinces have adjusted their minimum wages to reflect the rising living costs and inflationary pressures, not all have followed suit. Take Alberta, for instance. Believe it or not, Alberta hasn't seen an increase in its minimum wage since June 2019. That's nearly 5 years without a change. This variation in wage rates across provinces underscores the importance of staying informed about the financial landscape. Whether you're an employer navigating these wage adjustments or an employee trying to understand your pay, it's essential to keep up with these changes. And that's not all. The federal minimum wage adjustment is tied to the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, meaning it reflects changes in the cost of living. This ensures that the minimum wage isn't simply a stagnant number but rather a figure that evolves in response to economic conditions. It's crucial to stay informed about these changes, which brings us to our next point. How can staying informed about wage adjustments benefit you? Well, in a world where living costs and inflationary pressures are constantly shifting, being aware of changes like the recent adjustment to Canada's federal minimum wage can be crucial. By staying up to date, you're better prepared to navigate these changes and understand their impact on your life. Consider the recent wage hikes, for instance. While they aim to address the rising cost of living, they also have a potential influence on inflation, which can lead to a cost of living crisis. Without understanding these dynamics, you might find yourself puzzled by sudden changes in prices or the value of your wage. That's why it's important to stay informed. By keeping an eye on wage adjustments and their implications, you can better adjust your financial planning and expectations. And where can you find such information? Government sources and the labor program are good places to start. They provide reliable, up-to-date information on wage adjustments and other important matters. So, whether you're an employer, an employee, or simply someone interested in understanding the financial landscape, remember this: knowledge is power. Staying informed about these wage adjustments can help you navigate the changing financial landscape in Canada.